Hi, welcome to attempt number 5,683 of recording a video today. No, obviously not that many, but lots of attempts to try to record this video today, and I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of crying in every single video, and I'm tired of being that girl that cries in every single video and only talking about things that are super hard and super terrible. So we are moving on. We are on the Eddie chapter, and it's a happy chapter for the most part. So that is great. We can actually talk about good things and fun things and not things that make me cry every single Monday. So, Eddie is an awesome, awesome person, awesome guy. I was saying last week that he used to be an awesome guy. I don't know how he is now, but then that video had a comment from him on it and just talking about me being brave for doing these videos and just being super supportive. So obviously he is still a super awesome guy. So thank you for that, Eddie. Yeah, so when I met him, I was a hot mess. I was used to being a hot mess and wanted everybody around me to be a hot mess, apparently. So had to, really come into people's lives and stir stuff up and mess up their whole way of knowing what life should be. But anyway, that's going back to a negative thing, and we're not doing that today. So there was stuff in Eddie's life. There was stuff that was hard. There was stuff in my life that was hard, and we kind of bonded over that. Really got to know each other more, really got to trust each other more, and was able to pretty much help each other through anything that came at us. Like, literally, Eddie was my absolute best friend. Like, I could tell him anything and he would never ever judge me. I could just be completely open and honest with him about anything at all, and he would never ever make me feel like I shouldn't talk to him about it or that he didn't care. I said in one of the videos before that, like, he thought that his whole world was me, or he thought the world revolved around me, and he did act like that, like, and I took full advantage of it all the time. Not proud of it by any means. And honestly, I think the better that he was to me, the more that I demanded of him. The more he tried to give me, the more I wanted. I was never, ever satisfied with anything. We, after we were both graduated, after we had gotten back together, we moved into an apartment in Mount Gilead. And we had a party pretty much every weekend. And at that point, Eddie was wanting to get a different job, and he decided that he was not going to be smoking pot anymore. So once he said that he wanted to quit smoking pot to get this other job, I was like, okay, well, then I'll try to help you with that. So I would pretty much try to control him and get him to not smoke pot while I was doing whatever I wanted to do. It's just so crazy to look back and think of the stuff that I said and did, and who did I really think I was? It's, gosh, I don't want to do this video. I don't want to look at myself this honestly, but it's part of the process. So we're going in deep, y'all. Yeah. So I would pretty much tell Eddie that he was not going to smoke pot anymore, that he needed to not do anything. I would get mad at him. I would throw fits. All right. I'm trying to keep this video light. I'm trying to keep it on the positive. But I was a nasty person. I was a terrible person. So I'm talking about that. I'm going to have to get into parts of this video that are not so positive. It's just going to have to be real. So when we lived in that apartment, Eddie and I had talked about getting married, and we decided we were going to get married That was the next step in our life. He went and he bought me a ring, and I got to pick it out. I got the perfect ring that I wanted, and he did whatever he could to make sure that I got it. And he gave me the ring when we got home, and I threw a fit because he didn't get down on one knee. And I thought that I deserved so much more than him just giving me a ring. And when I talk about throwing a fit, I mean like a couple days long, like stomping around, silent treatment, like made his life a living hell because he didn't get down on one knee to ask me to marry him. And I felt like he should have done something so much better. He should have had some great plan to propose to me, even though we had already talked about it and we knew that we were going to get married. Like, and that was pretty much our whole life together, was me having these crazy, unrealistic expectations of what he should do, and him trying to please me over and over and over again, and me just being completely unpleasable. And I could stop with our stories there, and that would be pretty much the gist of it. But I know that the whole purpose of this is to get deeper into it. So we'll keep going with these great stories that paint me in such a good light. Oh, gosh. So, yeah. Eddie proposed to me. We were going to get married. Everything was going to be great. My family ended up buying the land next to their house. So my mom and my stepdad ended up buying the land next to their house and putting up a double wide for us. And we got to go and like pick out what we wanted. And so they paid to have it all put up. We just have to pay rent to them. And we get moved in, and it's still not good enough for me. So there was one time that it was like probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It was like right before Lowe's was closing. And I decided that I did not want to live in a double wide that had wood paneling for the walls, that I wanted to have drywall. So we go to Lowe's like right before they're closing, take a bunch of measurements and stuff at home first, go to Lowe's before they're closing and get all the stuff we need to do drywall. And we tear out the walls and we're putting up the drywall, and it's just one more story in a line of a million stories that I'm going to end up telling throughout doing all of these videos. And it's one more story of me being completely ungrateful, completely just unable to be satisfied with anything. And I'm just so grateful that God has taken that and completely turned it around. I'm glad that he has me looking back and seeing this stuff so that I don't fall back into those old patterns. And I'm just so glad that he can take even the worst person on the planet. Like, I know that some people who are listening to this are like, oh, she thinks that's the worst thing. Like, I've done this, I could never come to God. Like, just wait until you keep hearing the stuff, because it just gets worse and worse and worse. And I'm sure that there are people who have been through worse than what I have, who have done worse than what I have. But there's people who don't even come close to it, and they still feel like that they aren't worthy of coming to God, or like they have to get their life cleaned up before they can come to God. And it's just not true. Like, you will never be able to clean up your life enough to be able to make yourself worth coming to God. He is literally the only one who can do that for you. He is the only one that can turn all of this stuff around in your life. And I was a miserable, nasty person who hurt so many people along the way. Like, I wanted to bring everybody down with me. If I wasn't happy, nobody around me was going to be happy. And God took me out of that and changed my life around. And I am so glad that I get to be a part of bringing people to Him and of helping people to get over their own stuff that they've been through and to realize that they are worth being able to go to God. And when you lay everything at His feet, when you give it all up, He will take it and He will make your life so much better than anything that you could ever hope or imagine for. So just do it. Just make the decision to do it. Like, it's so hard to decide to do, but it's the easiest thing to actually decide to do it and just do it. So right now, like, take this second and just decide that you want a better life for yourself, that you want to do better and you want to be better and you want to know what God is all about and what He can do for your life. And then once you love Him, it's all about what you can do for Him. So I just pray that this makes it to somebody and helps somebody get to that point in their life. I don't know. I'm so full of God's love now. I just love you all, and I want to bring joy to your lives and help you to get to know God. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, do all of those things so this can end up getting to the people that it needs to get to. Bye.